Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando, and on this channel siyasifunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sikhuluma ngazo ley'ndaba esuke siy'fundile, senzela laba abangenaso isikhathi sokufunda iy'ncwadi nalaba futhi abanqenayo ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi size lana sizoxoxa ngama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi esuke siwabukile laphayana kuMoja Love or ku-161 wherever the show is bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo. Senzela laba phela abanganayo lithuba lokuthi bawabuke lama-shows kanye nalaba nje abasuke befuna ukuzoyixoxela ngawo after bewabukile. Namhlanje-ke, guys, as you can see the title of the video, our Saturday has just changed. For so long, ama-Saturdays ethu abekhonzuma isencane lengane, and it looks like our Saturday have just gotten even more dramatic. Because Umndeni, guys, it's another show. Any show, Mahlalentabeni show. Mahlalentabeni show. For those abangazange bazi bawubuka Umndeni from the beginning, it's one of those shows that started the same way okuqale ngawo uLokhuzana isencane lengane. They were just doing these short documentaries about people that were living iy'mpilo nje different but as interesting, whether it's elokishini or it's in the villages, wherever. And initially they had introduced Ubaba Kulube laphayana with isithembu sakhe, and for a lot of us it was the first time we saw umuntu onesithembu kodwa isithembu sakhe si-mixed between abantu besifazane nabesilisa. It was a surprise. It was the first time for me to see something like that. And on top of that, ubeyinyanga lo baba, and some of amakhosikazi akhe, I think bebo-8 all in all. And khona labo khona abanye bebethi ba-straight kulaba besilisa, and then abanye bebethi ba-gay, abanye ba-bi. It was just a mix of all kinds of people. So it was interesting to us. So they did that documentary. I think they realized a lot of people viewed that show, and it had potential. So Moja Love created Umndeni, and then that first season sesibona now like as a reality show, not as a documentary. We saw Umndeni kaKolobe moving forward with amakhosikazi akhe laphayana, what they got up to. And then I think that was called season 1. And then they did another season where they also introduced Lokhuzana Maseko with his wives. He was in the same situation. But then some of the wives Kolobe had moved baya Lokhuzana. Maseko had become Maseko's wives. So I wasn't sure whether that thing was set up, because I was like, why? How come these wives moved now? Bazoba, the wives is Maseko, and then now it shows say focus on Maseko. Isn't Moja Love just making this up? Maybe this templates are sick. They're just making it up for our entertainment. So I'm still not sure about it, because really for me that was strange. But yeah, they introduced Umndeni Maseko. And then the following season, they did try ukuthi benze ishow ibe about both uMaseko and uKulube, but uBaba Kulube had made sure ukuthi siya understand ukuthi he does not like uLokhuzana uMaseko, and he did not like ukuthi manje ishow was not just about him, and ishow was about him and was about uMaseko, and uMaseko had taken abafazi bakhe abanye, so bekunaleyo conflict. So I think maybe ama-producers Umndeni had sat down but decided, because uKulube didn't want to do the show with uLokhuzana, with uMaseko. However, Umndeni kaMaseko une-drama more than Umndeni kaKulube. Bese kubora laphayana kaKulube. The first season it was fun because it was the first time sibona that set up. But after that, idrama bingabi ningi, so that ishow phela izoba interesting. Idrama eningi bingala kaMaseko. So I think maybe the producers made a decision ukuthi they should go with uMaseko, because he makes a much more interesting show kwisayidi lakhe, then ulokhuzana uKulube. And I guess uKulube uzilokhuza uzinyathela unyawo by refusing ukuthi asebenze noMaseko. So in this season, this should be what I didn't look at the details to see ukuthi babhale ukuthi season, but this should be season 4 because Umndeni has been here for a while. So today it was the first episode. Yeah, this season. Remember last season it ended with umamkhulu. Umamkhulu bambuza ngoMahlalentabeni. Umamkhulu pregnant and she was going to have a baby, and there was a suspicion yokuthi engathi nonkanyezi ukhulelwe. At some point they said ukhulelwe, at some point bathi no, akakhulelwe. And then there was ulokhuzana uDabula, you know. My favorite play. I really love Udabula. Gay. So, but then I would like ukuthi ngelanga ba-explain ukuthi bafuna ukuthi babizwe kanjani each of them, because for just so we know respectfully ukuthi umuntu uma ukhuluma ngaye usebenzisa maphi ama-terms. So uDabula, I like uDabula ukuthi uDabula ilabantu laba ababhedayo isiNgisi, uyasibheda isiNgisi, but usikhuluma with so much confidence and he doesn't care ukuthi uyabheda. Ngiyayithanda leyo nto ngolokhuzana ngoDabuza. And then I think ukulamana kwabo as amakhosikazi kufike kube umamkhulu, nizongiphikisa if I'm wrong, kufike kube umamkhulu, kube uNkanyezi, and then bese kuba uDabula. Bese siba no Slay Queen-ke lana, which is ulokhuzana uFezile. uFezile at some point, I think last season when her family came bezomlanda because they felt ukuthi the situation akuyona with uBaba uMaseko is just njena a disgrace, amanyala ini bezomlanda, and there was that big fight. Ulokhuzana udabulelwe, niyamkhumbula uDabula eshaya ilokhuzana. I-spin kick, ngiyasikhumbula i-spin kick sikaDabula, wathi nge-spin kick eshaya umalume. Yes, bebezolanda ulokhuzana-ke uFezile, and at some point uFezile moved back with his she moved back. Guys, if I use the wrong term, it's not because uFezile noDabula, I should classify them as she. Vele as umZulu nje ngiyastrugglisha with le nto kaShino mase ngikhuluma fast, yabo leyo nto. So, but it's not disrespectful to anyone. So ulokhuzana uFezile had moved back to with her family. So last season besehlala nelokhuzana family yakhe, and uDabula was left here. But remember ukuthi bekunomunye abam-introducile lana. What was his name? Colin. Colin had been the so should we say a girlfriend ke kaMaseko, because bebengazi amakhosikazi kaMaseko ukuthi ukhona ulokhuzana uColin, and there was that big fight ngoba bonke bebengamfuni uColin, and uColin umuntu othanda ukusebenzisa imithi. They felt like uzobathakatha, uzobhidliza umuzi and all of that. So yeah, maqala le season here, they do talk about the fact that Colin is no longer in the picture, meaning ukuthi usehlukene noMaseko, and the wives are really happy about that. They're happy about the fact that uColin akasekho elokhuzeni. So for those abangayazi show, okay, uMaseko is supposed to be inyanga, ne? Inyanga. Even though okay, uMaseko we never see enza izinto zokunyanga a lot, because show is just about a drama between him and his wives, and between the wives as well. So we never see him enza really izinto zokunyanga, but it's supposed to be inyanga. And then bese kuba umamkhulu Mahlalentabeni, umuntu wesifazane, bese kuba ulokhuzana uNkanyezi na uNkanyezi usisi, and then bese kuba uDabula assume ukuthi ugay, bese kuba ulokhuzana uSlay Queen, which is uFezile naye igay. There was another wife, ngiyamkhohlwa igama lakhe, ulokhuzana uFezile abebesuke naye laphaya kaKulube bazogana uMaseko bashiya uKulube, and that wife was supposed to be related to ulokhuzana uFezile, angabe nayo begane but wabuye wahamba. So right now we're dealing with amakhosikazi awu-4 kaBaba Maseko. So this season, honestly, I was happy to see ukuthi each show has improved their lives. Each show has improved their lives, which means they did get the money from the last 2 seasons that they did, because indlu yabo looks renovated. I didn't see indlu yabo ngaphandle. but ngaphakathi it looks renovated, kune-furniture enhle kuhle, it's a beautiful couches, beautiful coffee table, kuhle njena compared to what we saw in the past seasons. So ngiyakuthanda lokho ukuthi i-show at least we get to entertain ourselves with their lives, but i-show has improved impilo yabo because ngathi sebehlala endaweni elokhuzana engconywana. I didn't see they didn't show us my bedroom except for a bedroom cool today, and I look nice. The bed is made nicely. It looks totally different from what we've seen in the past seasons. I like that. Thank you so much, Moja Love, for paying them. Even though ngisazohamba ngiyobheka ukuthi ngibakhokhela malini. I like the details. So then bakhuluma indaba kaColin, but they're all happy with ene uColin akasekho, and then umamkhulu apparently something happened to umntwana. Yo, I was so sad at the beginning because mabekhuluma they talked as if ingane ishonile, God forbid, but ayishonanga ingane, something happened. I wish ukuthi kuma interviews they had asked them to give the details as to exactly what happened to a child, because Umaseko mentioned something about i-babysitter yomntwana mixing into eshisayo with ubisi lengane, and then ingane yaphuza, and then yakhishwa isisu, and he was in the hospital for a while. There is a story there that I'm gonna try and go and look, because I haven't seen any articles about it. But ingane yabo has been esibhedlela for a while from what they were saying. But abasinikanga ama-specific details as to what happened, and now they're deciding ukuthi ingane yabo is better off with ugogo wayo, which is umama kaMahlalentabeni. So uyasho ukuthi they can't send ingane to umama kaMaseko because umama kaMaseko mdala, so bazomthumela with umama kalona kaMahlalentabeni ukuthi ayohlala nabo. But it's an emotional thing because ingane is not that well, and they're making that decision ukuthi baphekhe iy'mpahla zomntwana, umntwana ayohlala laphayana elokhuzweni kugogo wakhe. I wish they had given us a little bit more about what happened with the child, but they didn't. I'm gonna go and try and get the information. And so now they talk about Islay Queen. Umaseko goes uyobona Islay Queen. Islay Queen iyofezile. It looks like mabemqala. Listen, the thing about ama scenes reality shows is that they can shoot one thing and then for weeks they don't shoot and then they shoot another. Bese thina sihlanganisa as if it's something eyenzeka ngesikhathi esisondelene, kanti not really. Because at first they did a scene when Umaseko uyahamba uyobona uFezile. They're talking about what uFezile is doing. uFezile at that kuleya scene leya, it sounds like uFezile akahlali kaMaseko, usahlala kubo. He is updating uMaseko about her family ukuthi yonke into sebeyilungisile ekhaya. Remember there was a drama kamalume fighting with abodabula. Uyasho ukuthi there's going to be a function ekhaya, uyabamema ukuthi beze and all of that, and she thinks ukuthi it's going to be a good opportunity ukuthi kubuyiselane ama-family. But when they're having that conversation, it's clear ukuthi ulokhuzana uFezile doesn't live with Maseko. Okungixakayo-ke ukuthi but they sound like ba-update-ana the same way that they would update us nathi sikade thina sabagcina last season. Ngathi nabo bagcinene last season. That's a thing ngoMoja Love though, because lama relationship sometimes you feeling ngathi awekho real. They are only with uMaseko when they are shooting the show. But again, we are keeping a very close watch this season. So with uFezile, I really don't think that they were seeing each other that much with uMaseko in between the seasons. But now each show is forcing them to come back together. Okay, but umsebenzi, I guess. And now uyasho ulona when they're at the park, uyasho uFezile ukuthi kade amgcina, he wants him to sit next to. They really look like they like uMaseko, which really surprises me. Angazi ngiba surprised ukuthi bayakuthanda uMaseko, but bayamthanda uMaseko. And they talk about, I saw like indaba kaFezile ukuthi he's been doing internship. He didn't give details ukuthi internship enjani kuphi, and he wants to go and study. He has plans to study, has plans to find a job. So it gave me this thing ukuthi a name, maybe imali that he got from Moja Love Vienna, he's using it to afunde, which is great. And he's talking about that. He's talking about our plans now for the future, and he's saying ufuna ukuba ne-conversation noMaseko ngendaba yokuthi yena ufuna ukuyosebenza because uMaseko had shown ukuthi he's not interested in any of his wives working, but Maseko in this part I feel like he doesn't want to touch on that, even though uFezile befuna ukukhuluma ngaloko ukuthi uke washo ukuthi akafuni uFezile ayosebenza, and he's like, there's no way that I can go to school, do my internship and all of that, and then at the end of the day bese ngivele ngingayi kufuna umsebenzi. That's not going to happen. I want to work. I like that about uFezile. So when that scene is taking place, it looked like uFezile akahlali kaMaseko. Okay, uhlala kubo. But then babuyele in another scene where uFezile ukaMaseko sengazi ukuthi usebuyile kubo useka laphayana kaMaseko, and she is talking about they're there in their pajamas. It's either early in the morning or ntambama balungiselela ukulala because they're all in their pajamas and their nightgowns, all the four wives bayakhuluma. It's very peaceful. It looks like bayazwana. Abafazi-ke bakaMaseko is like they will shade one another khona la kwi-conversation, baxabane baphinde baxolelane baphinde bazwane khona lana, you know. And uma umuntu esho into engayifuni, it's so different. It's fun because that Sithembu is something totally different from uthando nesithembu, but it's still isithembu, and the way that they communicate is so different. Laphana umuntu uma edinwa yinto kuyaliwa manje, iqedwe indaba khona manje. KaMaseko kunjalo. So-ke they're talking about, kusho ukuthi uFezile is telling them ukuthi beke wakhuluma noMaseko, but indaba yokuba-invite, there's a function kubo, ufuna ukuthi beze bonke, but-ke uyasho ukuthi no, everyone is okay except for umalume because of the fight that took place. I really would like ukuthi bathole i-apology ekhaya, because even though umalume might have been wrong, but kwangafanele ukuthi uDabula alwe nomuntu omdala, because ukulwa nomuntu omdala ukumdelela lokho. And you know, uDabula first is like, no, I understand, I will offer an apology and whatever. Nami bengivele ngifuna ukuthi ngixolise. And but nabo bayasho ukuthi nathi we deserve an apology because nabo lana when they came, they were not very respectful, and umuzi wendoda phela lana, they can't just do whatever it is that they want to do. Indaba yonakala mengabe uFezile sethi bathe kubo bafuna imbuzi. This is so similar to usencanele ngane wena ubaba kaThando wanted inkomo from uSiyacela. And then the Dabula, they're like, what mbuzi, akho mbuzi ezophuma lana. But uFezile was trying to clarify because no, imbuzi is not like izophuma kini. uMaseko has already agreed about imbuzi. Okay. The thing about ilokhuzana, uFezile ukuthi at some point uyamention ukuthi uMaseko has not come. He did not come makunomsebenzi kube he did not come enze iphathi yakhe, and uyasho ukuthi even le function abebekhuluma ngayo la, he ended up not coming to it. So I think abawahlelanga kahle ama-interviews abo in that part, because that part we were only supposed to find out after the function has been on the show, because actually Maseko ended up not going to that function to apologize to his family. I think it slipped out, and even when they were editing, they didn't see that it slipped out. They told us too early ukuthi Maseko ended up, because they were still discussing it at the table, ukuthi fanele kuyiwe. And then interview, he's already talking about ukuthi Maseko never even came to that function. So I think it was an error in just their editing of the episode laphayana. And then they talk about umamkhulu-ke says ukuthi ufuna ukwenza iphathi, enzela ulokhuzana, enzela ubaba kwabo uMaseko. I don't know. I have ama-vibes ukuthi yindaba engathi uMoja Love is copying uMzansi Magic. The way that they're planning their shows, because remember at the beginning of the season for Uthando Nesithembu, they did a party for Mseleku. So I don't know, angazi, it reminded me of that. So I'm wondering how the party is gonna go. Apparently Dabula is not gonna be there because kunento ethile kubo, and he's worried ngathi kunama expenses athile afanele abhekene nabo ngoba khona ilokhuzana umsebenzi ofanele ubhekane naye ekhaya, so he's not gonna be there. But the others will be there. Bayaplana, they're suggesting a black and gold, and then bathi hayi black and gold wonke umuntu useyawenza, so abenza black and white. I'm like, iphathi ka-black and white, but ngazini mina. Yes, so they're planning a party kaMaseko. Kamaseko. Um, okay, that was the end of of this episode. Oh yes, how can I forget? There was an issue, or just before the episode ended, uDabula uyaphuma, uya ngaphandle, and she comes back and she's like, guys, ubani uthatha amaphenti ami kulayini. And then kuba ne-issue ukuthi someone stole amaphenti akhe. And as usual, they always suspect uNkanyezi. Angazi why all of them bengamthandi uNkanyezi. I don't know. I don't know. Bamthanda. But ususpect uNkanyezi is like, hhayi amaphenti alona bengizowenzani ngoba mancane. And then uLona is like, hhayi vele lona usebenzisa amaphenti ethu ukuthi enze amalokhuza sanitary towels ngawo. I'm like, using someone else's underwear ukuthi ibe I was like, my head. Yeah, but balwela amaphenti iphele belwela amaphenti uDabula is like ngitshontsha amaphenti ami. So uDabula was like anginankinga mayeboleka izinto zami ngoba kushuthi uyasaba ukuzicela but angangithakathi-ke. Bayakwazisa-ke ukuthakatha. But that was the end of our episode today. I like ukuthi they're getting along a little bit, but I know ukuthi kusazoba ne-drama because there's a point where uNkanyezi confesses ukuthi ingane le abeyikhulelwe, which I don't know what happened. I think she had a she did have a miscarriage because at the reunion last season, she did say that she had had a miscarriage. Yes, I think so. I think from the previews, she is going to confess ukuthi the child was not ekamaseko if the preview showed us the correct thing, and kuzokhoza a lot of drama lokho. Kusazoba ne-drama about uFezile being sick. Nanamhlanje nje ubehudula like amafinyila I feel like corona and they were not wearing masks. I was like, hey, corona. Yeah, so i-drama iseza guys. The thing about ilokhuzana Umndeni is that they could deal with very serious issues, but it's very funny. It's very funny. The presence Dabula, you laugh all the time. My Ngisi, you laugh. Not to laugh at him, but you laugh at his confidence because uyazithemba lo muntu loyana. I like it. I don't know why they call Fezile the slay queen. Ngoba hayi uDabula slays. Have you seen like Dabula? And guys, I really like Ugus and at the interviews they really look hot. Ukanyazi, the makeup, the hair. I like how she did the hair. Umamkulu, the way she did her hair. The show, like the show itself has just moved a level up. Maybe it's not like Iltando Tempo yet, but it has just like moved. And I hope it's every season that happens because Pela they're getting paid. And now they should request things. Next season they must say they want stylists, they want makeup artists, they need drivers when they go somewhere, they need their lunch, their dinners, their whatever paid for. Because really that's what happens with reality TV. These people are making a lot of money out of them. Listen, I need to go and find out how much these people are getting paid, and then I'm gonna come here and tell you only if I find that information. Thank you so much for watching my video. Click like and then click share with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers, guys.